I was getting so much information from my interview with Gabby that I couldn't break it up into just one part. I had to have two parts. She also took us into the studio and answered a lot more questions. Check out part 2. What are you best known as in voiceover?
Okay.
What is, because many people will say to you, find that niche.
Absolutely.
You may be able to do character voices.
Yep.
You may be able to do narration. You may be able to do a whole host of other things.
Yep.
But there's one thing that you should specialize in, get good in that, and then maybe move on to something else. What is that thing that you're great at?
For me, it's radio imaging and TV promo. And a lot of people don't even know what radio imaging is. It's kind of a little niche pocket within the industry. It is related to broadcast and radio imaging. It's literally the promotional efforts of the radio station that keep listeners listening to more radio. It's not the disc jockey, it's not the commercials, it's all this pre-produced stuff that you hear in between elements on the air. Because of my radio background and because I worked extensively in the production department in radio, I had a lot of friends who were involved in imaging. I was part of a creative services team that was pretty well known. And so imaging was always something I did. And stations started seeking me out and using me freelance to do a lot of that type of work. That was even before I was full-time in voiceover. So that has always been a mainstay for me. It's something I love. It's something I enjoy. It's something I understand. And yeah, you know, there's still that bit of broadcast coursing through my blood. So
I was going to ask.
You never totally walk away from it.
Right.
So there's that.
It's kind of an irony.
Yeah, it really kind of is.
You walked away and then kind of turned back around and said,
please don't leave me.
Right.
I need you. Yeah,
I got a rare moment in voiceover where I got a chance to watch Gabby actually do imaging. And so I'm going to share that with you guys.
Okay. So, I have some actual imaging copy. So, I always talk to talent about how imaging is an animal unlike anything else, and it really is. It's a very, very unique type of voiceover because of the way it's presented and the way that it's read. And there's a lot of starting and stopping and dissecting and breaking the individual pieces of imaging up into these bite-sized little chunks. And the reason for this is because the producers on the other end have to take all of this material and break it apart and add sound effects and drops and pieces from TV shows and from movies and music beds and song hooks and all this other crazy stuff that goes along in this process. And so the more you do as a voice actor to give them parts and pieces that are easily manipulated and easily used, the easier a time they have, which makes you more desirable as a potential candidate for their imaging. So I'm going to show you guys how that works. This is one of my stations in Milwaukee. It's 1029 The Hog. And I'm going to warn everybody now, while it's still technically PG because it is a commercial radio station, it's a little raunchy. It's a little less than politically correct. They're a rock station, which is pretty much what I do. So just keep that in mind. And hopefully I don't offend anybody. But yeah, this is what I do all day long. So here we go. Mindy Novotny, 1029, The Hog. Mindy Novotny, Mindy Novotny. Mindy Novotny, 1029, The Hog. 1029, The Hog. 1029, The Hog. So that was just one line. That was one line of copy. The very top one. That's all that was. All right. We break it up, and break it up some more. Here's number 2. The mistress of the midday. The mistress of the midday. The mistress of the midday. It's Mindy Novotny. It's Mindy Novotny. It's Mindy Novotny. 1029, The Hog. 1029, The Hog. 1029, The Hog. She rocks hard as balls. It's Mindy on Milwaukee's 1029, The Hog. playing everything that rocks. It's Mindy on Milwaukee's 1029. It's Mindy on Milwaukee's 1029. The Hog. The Hog. The Hog. Playing everything that rocks. Playing everything that rocks. The only woman in radio who rocks black leather pants to work on a Friday. Except for me. It's Mindy Novotny on 1029. The Hog. Drama free, bitches. It's Mindy Novotny. Commercial free. 1029. The Hog.
What I do is a lot of affiliate level stuff, and I have some network level material that I do also. And they're very closely tied. They're very closely related. That is my signature. That's my mainstay. When people go to voiceovervixen.com and they look at my website and they see my branding and my primary marketing, that's what they're looking at, is information that's speaking directly to radio and television buyers.
I know you do a lot of seminars and you talk about a lot of different things.
Yep.
What are some of the things that you teach in marketing of voiceover?
Yeah, I do a lot of brand development for people. I do a lot of helping voice actors to really get to the narrowed, pinpointed, here's what I do and do best. This is who I am. That signature sound, that niche. I work with a lot of talent to help them really take the creative brain that they rightfully have and focus it a little bit and start finding some ideas that they can live with long term that on the surface seem very narrow, but in the grand scheme of their business help them to specify what it is that they do. Okay. I work with talent on demos with the same goal in mind. We have to have a clear understanding of who you are and what you do and how we present it to the buying audience. Same exact thing.
What is Voice Hunter?
Voice Hunter is a casting company that set out a long time ago to work closely with the major voiceover agents and to have access to the best talent on their rosters simultaneously. We do a lot of celebrity casting as a result, and we, on a daily basis, seek out really high-level performers that the advertising industry and the buying audience wants, but don't necessarily know who they are. It's a really interesting endeavor, and it allows me to work with some pretty amazing talent every single day. Its subdivision, if you will, is, again, talent marketing. It's helping those performers and talent who are at that level to better expose themselves to bookings and jobs, and to help talent who are right almost at that level, just right beneath the surface, to break through and get to the place of working with those agents and those higher level opportunities.
Now, I don't know if you're allowed, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Sure. Who
are some of the talent that you've worked with that people would know?
A lot. The biggies that come to mind, Don LaFontaine.
Okay.
We worked with Don for many, many years when he was alive. Chuck Riley, who's another one of the great, legends. Ernie Anderson. Those are sadly the passed on crew. Joe Cipriano, Tom Kane, Randy Thomas, George Del Hoyo, Larry Davis, Tasia Valenza. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of folks, and it makes me a bad Gabby. But those are the big ones that are coming to mind right now. Okay.
You've done a lot of training. You've done a lot of seminars. Yeah. You've done some books. What are some of the other things that people can look at and say, Gabby did this, this is going to help guide our voiceover career?
Well, the books are the biggie. VO 101, which is basically my beginner's book, taking somebody from, I kind of think I want to be a voiceover actor, to actually having the tools and the information necessary to become a voiceover actor. 101. There is my business book, which is kind of its nickname, or that's what it's become known as in the industry. It's called How to Set Up and Maintain a Better Voiceover Business, and it's meant for intermediate level talent. I have a book on radio imaging. That's always been a fun one because I can honestly say I'm the only one to have written a book on radio imaging. I don't know if that really means anything.
And there's a CD that goes along with that
It's
also.
a DVD.
Okay, DVD.
It's a DVD that was live from Voice 2008. It was an entire presentation that I did on imaging there. It was a very thorough presentation, so we packaged those two together. Those are available on my website. And then really on GabrielleNistico.com, there's quite a lot of opportunity for people to explore the different things that I do. I offer private coaching, not only in the Southeast. I have people that travel to me from a good distance away, a lot of different parts of the country to work with me.
And finally, how do people get in contact with you if they're interested in your seminars, your books, doing demos, coaching?
Easiest way, through my website, GabrielleNistico.com. There's a form on the contact page. You can just email me too, Gabby.
Can you spell that for them?
Yeah. Gabrielle, Nistico, Nistico. And then Gabby with two B's, Gabby at voiceovervixen.com.
I appreciate you taking your time out.
My pleasure.
To do my vlog. 100 bottles of beer on the wall.
As I make my way home, I can't help but think how much I really enjoyed that interview. I mean, I found Gabby to be kind, giving of her knowledge, and so much fun. And don't tell her I said this, but I still think she's bubbly. I learned so much in the time that I spent with her, and I hope that you did too. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, very important, please subscribe to my channel. Don't be afraid to leave me or Gabby a comment in the comments section. And if there's anybody else that you'd like to see me interview, definitely let me know. I'm Dane Reed, the voice guy, and I'm gone.
Nistico.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
You get a prize.
There's going to be a test on it later.
There will be.